Hey y'all. I'm waiting on I'm waiting on Senna to get in here. I'm not gonna be here long. Um Hold on y'all, I'm reading. Okay. Whew, I had to yawn. Y'all, it's kinda gloomy here. It's been raining. Um so it kinda looks dark outside. So like my whole house kinda looks like really dark. Like it's like the middle of the evening. Well, like it's the evening and not necessarily the daytime. But I wanted to go live because well actually if Senna would have went live on StreamYard or if she would have like dropped her link, I probably should have asked her to drop her link or whatever. Oh yeah, I can't stop yawning when I tell y'all it's like so not bright and sunny. Like it feels like it's dark outside. But anyway, so if Senna was like on StreamYard, I would have hit her link and said this because so like the last few days, y'all, I've actually been really sad. Like I'm talking teary eyed, boohoo, snot and tears, sad, right? And um let's just say long story short, I'm glad I went into Senna's live because I'm in the live like, oh, I think I'm supposed to be here. Like I know I'm supposed to be here. But I was so serious because when I tell y'all, I was just like in my feelings and like sad. And then Senna's like, Vaughn, you know, and I'm like, oh, I needed to hear this. But you know how like, um, when you're like kind of going through something and Senna, hi Brick City, Senna, I am so glad you went live today because like all jokes aside, I have been so sad for like okay, so Monday, Tuesday, and then today is Wednesday. So for like Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So for 3 days, I have just been sad, like crying, praying, just crying. So when I came into your live, I'm like, oh, like I know I'm supposed to be here. Hey Joshua, hey buddy, hey Miss WD. Because I really needed some encouragement. And I'm not saying it like I haven't had any at all, but um I was actually going to go live this morning and I was going to like, you know, I was going to like give shout outs for like you, Miss Alice, Abriel. I said what I said. Um I was going to give y'all like shout outs because it's like, I'm sad, but you know, when you think about, well, I'm going to say this. For me, when I'm sad, I like to distract myself or I will think about like things that make me happy, people. And I wanted to go live and I was just going to be like, YouTube, I've had like a lot of good stuff happen. I've had a lot of like crazy stuff happen, right? But like, even though I've never met you guys really do mean a lot to me. I was gonna talk about my best friend because she means like a lot to me. I was gonna talk about my mom. I was gonna talk about everybody that just like, and I was just gonna give y'all shout outs. And then I ended up seeing you live, and it was like, this is why I love all of y'all because it's like sometimes I get emotional and we'll just say the enemy be playing on my top, okay, and when you say you had like a breakthrough center, so check this out, right? I went to a prayer meeting and it was the title, well, the subject or the focus in prayer was for breakthrough prayers. And I recently had a breakthrough, that didn't really seem like it was something good, right? And because I was like all emotional and in my feelings and stuff, I couldn't see the goodness in it. And when you were like, I have a breakthrough, I'm like, oh my goodness, the Lord has been answering my prayers. And not just with you, but like with my best friend and with some other things in life. Because my best friend called me yesterday, y'all, with good news for something that I had prayed for her. And I was like, so when I log in on here and Senna's like, I've had a breakthrough, it just brought me, I got emotional because you're like, Vaughn, like, it's nothing but God that you're in here. And I'm like, okay, Lord, so you're showing me, through my friends, because even though I've never met Senna, I do consider Senna like a real friend. She ain't no consider, she is a real friend. And she is my sister in Christ. And so is Miss Alice. And so is Abril. And so is, I said what I said. Like, I love these women, that I've never actually met. And so I just wanted to say thank you for going live today. And I wanted to say thank you to Miss Alice for being the wonderful person that she is. And Abril, I wish she was in here. I love her so much, y'all. She is like, oh my goodness, y'all. Abril is like the big sister I never had, but like I have, okay. And then, of course I said what I said. Y'all know I love her so much. Yeah, y'all, she make me laugh something crazy, but she has a lot of wisdom. And I just wanted to say, like, you know, the enemy tries to destroy me in a lot of different ways, but God always he always, and he uses literally my friends and my family to remind me that I am needed, I am important, and not important for self gain but for the glory of God. And I was actually telling Miss Alice the other day, I'm like, I've been questioning, like, Lord, do you even be listening to me? Like, I literally was having these thoughts, y'all. And when I went to that prayer meeting and I prayed for breakthroughs for the thing is, y'all, I be thinking like when you pray, because I'm around a lot of like, seasoned believers, I be thinking like, I got to be doing all this extra kind of praying. But a wise woman told me, small prayers are actually powerful prayers. So the fact that my best friend has had a breakthrough, Senna has had a breakthrough, y'all's witness um, sharpens me. And that's why the title of this live is Iron Sharpens Iron. Miss Alice is not just her wisdom, but her patience, her kindness, is also what sharpens me, because even though we're believers, in God, there's a level of humility that we have to have, and kindness that we have to show, and grace that we show to others in order to truly be witnesses. So her witness and how, she is your witness. And of course, like I said, my best friend, then there's my mom. She, y'all, she can be very, um what's the word? She I am her daughter, first of all, but let me say that. But she is a warrior in the faith, and she goes to war not like in the flesh but spiritually, right? And she will not just pray for you, but she will speak to you, not like, it's not combative. It's like there's a strength in God to tear down the enemy's kingdom when we're being attacked, that she has. And it's gonna hurt, because it's like, yo, but without her strength and knowing, that the enemy is like always gonna try to get you, and you have to be strong. Like her sternness, is a blessing. And I actually wish that a lot of y'all get to witness how strong she is, because I know she's here on YouTube, like, she here, but y'all don't really know she here. But like, if it wasn't for her, and how, like I said, it's like she's fighting spiritually. She's fighting things that we can't see in prayer. And then it's like she literally puts on her armor and she goes to war for you. And where there needs to be correction or like a reminder, a strong reminder, not like pity pattying, you know what I'm saying? She's there. And then you have Abril, in my opinion, who's like the heart of our little group, because she checks in on everybody. She's always more like there for other people, and she doesn't really want you to be there for her, which is crazy. But to me, that shows not only strength, but it's like literally how the Bible tells us to love one another. You know how the Bible tells us to like cast your cares, and no, I take that back. It's when we're confessing our sins to one another so that we can be healed. I feel like Avril is like that kind of person. Like, she'll have her own stuff going on, but you'll try to be like, oh, I want to check on you. And she's like, no, don't worry about me. I'm here for you. Like, she's strong, y'all. Like, I can't even put it all into words. But if you have a relationship with Abril, and I know Abril knows a lot of people, and Abril is like really strong. She's so supportive, you know. Um, I don't know if I'm saying this right. Miss Alice, you tell me if I'm saying this right. Is it called an armor bearer, or an arm holder? I don't know, y'all. But that girl is strong. She is strong for her family. She's strong for her friends. And I don't feel that I feel that Abril should be blessed beyond her imagination. Like, that's like one of my prayers for her, because she's such a wonderful person. And I mean that. And then, of course, I said what I said is new to me and to y'all, but I feel like I've been knowing her forever because she is like so cool. Like, she is so freaking cool, y'all. A lot of people may not understand her. I know, to me, she's really strong. She knows who she is. She means what she says, and she says what she means. She don't take no BS. You can't get nothing past her. But if you know her behind the scenes, she is one of the funniest, most loving, and considerate. The thing is, she's very considerate, and she's not judgmental, but she is a straight shooter. So like, if you don't want to hear the truth, which I've told her, I'm like, you get on my nerves sometimes. But she only gets on my nerves because she's like, she's just who she is. It's not like one of them, you get on my nerves. It's like, no, like, I can't explain to y'all, but she gets on my nerves because she's just real. Like, she just, and she don't, and when I say like she don't care, it's not like a selfish or inconsiderate don't care. She not gonna let nothing or nobody bother come disturbing her peace. She ain't got time. She don't have time, okay? Life is LG for her, and nothing on God's green earth or no demon or no devil is gonna come disturb that. And if you know her, you know that. So I love y'all. And Senna, I love you so much. And I appreciate not only your transparency today, but I love how, you are recognizing your need for God. I think that is so beautiful. Um, I wish, man, like, we gonna have to do a live together and like talk about the clothes and stuff, because you know what's so funny? And I'm only gonna share this with y'all because Senna really has encouraged me, like for real, to clean out my closet. Hey, Drip King. Yeah, she says what she says. Like, and she means what she say. Like for real. But so lately, y'all, I've been going through like some things that it's like the past is trying to like keep me and hold me captive. So Senna was talking about her clothes and that she likes to shop a lot. And if y'all know me when I was working a lot or whatever, even when I wasn't working, I spend all my money and my husband's money on my clothes. So Senna was talking about like, you know, I don't want to say she's actually talking about covetedness because I don't know if Senna knows what that means. And I don't want to offend you because I know when I first heard it, I thought it was something so freaking horribly bad, right? But I want y'all to hear me out. Senna, hear me out. So when you were talking about getting rid of your clothes and stuff, it's like something hit me. And that's why I was in the chat like, Lord, help me not be a stumbling block. Because I was like, why she gotta throw away her clothes? What did the clothes do? And it's like, boom, it hit me. You know, we unknowingly covet things like materials. We will even make like idols of them. I have some dresses in my closet that came to mind that I've been knowing I want to get rid of for a couple years now, y'all, but it's like I just can't bring myself to do it. So Senna was talking about like, when she gets a husband, she doesn't want him to like feel like he has to keep up with her, love for clothes, like and stuff like that. So what if I told y'all there's a specific dress that comes to mind that I've been holding on to? I'm like, oh, when we move or when we get a house, I'm going to have my own closet. It's going to be like, and I realize what that dress represents. I have been like really going through some stuff, y'all. Like as an adult, you know, um, being married, having children, and stuff like that. And that dress represents my singleness. I know y'all are like, oh my God, fun. No, I'm playing. Like, it's like when I be talking, I be feeling like I can hear people's reactions, but I now know that those are just like imaginations. But listen, I now want to get rid of my dresses. I want to get rid of all of them. I want to get rid of all my clothes that I had before I had children. I feel like I feel like something in those clothes represents the version of myself who I was, but it's like now I'm a wife and I'm a mom. There's nothing wrong with us dressing up or being, sexy for our husband. There's nothing wrong with self care, y'all. But I noticed that the enemy uses my past. He can either show me my past in a way that tears me down, or he can show me my past in a way that makes me like look at the past and almost like, oh, I remember when I didn't have any kids. I remember when I was single. And I noticed that he uses that as a way to not have me living in the moment and not looking towards like the future and looking forward to what God has for me in the new. Hi, Miss Tina. So, Senna, when I tell you I'm so glad you went live today because I really like I'm really like battling, you know, in the spirit some things. And when you were talking about your clothes, I'm like there's some things I need to get rid of too so I can make room. Thank you, Janice. to receive what God has for me, because a part of me does hold on to the past. Remember when I was telling y'all, like, I don't want nothing to do with that old Vine. I don't want nothing to do with her. Like, she can go. And I think those clothes. Now, I'm gonna go a little deep. I'm not trying to scare nobody, but listen, my words are to edify, okay, the people, to uplift y'all and myself. But it's like, if somebody tells me, if I'm on TikTok or I'm in wherever, and they tell me, "Oh, like that's witchcraft." Without a doubt, y'all, I will throw that stuff away. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. If if the Holy Spirit is telling somebody to lead me in the direction of, okay, Vaughn, this and that you have, or, this and that, is this, I'm going to get rid of it. What if I told y'all I feel that the energies in those clothes represent rebellion inside of me, selfishness, singleness. I think I was going to tell y'all too much, but I really believe that it's some witchcraft in them clothes, man. Now, I'm saying that jokingly, but I'm trying to tell y'all something. Like, I really believe that we hold on to things that are not good for us, not just spiritually, like trauma, but even in things. Because when Senna was talking about getting rid of her clothes and stuff, or donating things, now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna throw mine away. I'm not saying that that's what you have to do, but there's a dress in particular that I want to throw away. In fact, there's a few outfits that I want to throw, like, I'm gonna throw away. Now, some other things I might give away, but it's like there's this one dress, and I have a picture in it on Instagram, and it comes to my mind clear as day. And for years, I remember when I even started to gain weight, um, because it covers like the front of me, but it's in a heart shape in the back, and they call those material girl dresses. When I tell y'all, I've never ever wanted to get rid of this dress. And I believe it's because of what it represents. And what it represents is that, like, in that time, y'all, I was single, I was dating, I had like this freedom. And every time I look at that dress, I remember that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't think I'm supposed to be dwelling on that era in my life as if it was like the best time of my life or something. And I'm not saying that the memories and things that we have before, we get married or have children should be looked at as demonic or evil. But it's like, if y'all notice, a lot of times I've grown a lot since, but it's like I would talk about marriage and being a mom in like a negative way. And it's like I would give a lot of energy to that, like, oh, I don't have time for myself, or, I didn't get to be young and just, or whatever. And I know I'm just going on and on, but y'all, I'm going to get rid of my clothes that, you know, that I can't wear anymore, can't fit, never probably will fit again, don't need to be wearing. Okay. And we'll see what happens, because I'm like, I really believe that Senna's live, not to make it about me or nothing, but I believe that there was a message in there that I needed to hear. And, like I said, there's nothing wrong with, you know, dressing up and, taking care of yourself. But I think sometimes we put more into what we look like or what our lives used to look like, and we don't really embrace and cherish the lives that we are currently living, you know. And what's funny is I think, hey, Scorpio mama, hey, foster mom, I ain't see you in here. She says, oh, you shedding your old ways, becoming a new. I love it for you, Vaughn. Listen, I think Miss Alice did a community wall today about time. It's in James. Matter of fact, it's in James. I think it was James 4. First of all, James ain't that long of a book. Let me just say that. So it's got to be James 4. Uh, what did it? Is it James? Miss Alice, what you put on that community wall today? From whence? Okay, humility. Let me see. It was about time. I know it was. Was it in, you know what? I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go look for myself. Y'all stay right here. Don't go nowhere. Okay, y'all. It was actually yesterday, but it's James 4:4, y'all. So it says, hold on. Wait, it was 4:14. My bad, not 4:4. So it literally says, okay, what she say? Yes, yes. So it's James 4:14, but she has the NLT version. Where I have my NLT, because I'm scrolling. But it was about time. Okay, like basically, like don't worry about. Okay, hold on, y'all, because I be misquoting stuff, and then I'm gonna go. But well, Miss Alice, I read that today. I just want you to know that. I read it today, and or did I read it yesterday? You know what? No, I read it today. I don't know, but I know I read it. I'm gonna say that much. And okay, yeah, I have Bible tabs in my NLT Bible because okay, so it was 4:14. It says, how do you know what your life will be like tomorrow? Your life is like the morning fog. It's here a little while, then it's gone. Y'all hear that? So I took that as like, why even worry about tomorrow? Okay. But I noticed that the enemy don't even really be having me worried about the future. He be having me focused on the past, like real hard, like for real, real hard. So I said all that to say, shout out to the tribe. Okay. Iron sharpens iron. Um, I love y'all. And y'all mean a lot to me actually. Y'all really do. And, you know, we might not spend as much time on YouTube as we used to back when, but the love is always there. And, you know, I don't know if Joe is in the bushes or not, or if she's going to catch the replay, but Joe, you mean a lot to us too. I just want you to know that. Um, I miss you going live because your day, I want to say, what was it, daily encouragement you were doing every day? That was very, very helpful. Okay. Like, very helpful. And I just want to say, like, if you are like encouraging others, not just on the internet, but in your daily lives, it really is a blessing. And prayer is actually very powerful. Like, I know I say that, y'all, but every now and then the Lord has to remind me by like I say, it's the witness of other people, of either, you know, they had like, y'all, I don't want to tell my best friend's business, and I'm not, because I don't know if she might listen to the replay. But I really just want to, like, I told her, I was like, I want you to tell everybody. But just know that my friends, y'all just don't know how much y'all like really help me. Whether it's by going live, sending a text message, calling me, listening to my lives, praying for me, encouraging me. Y'all just don't know, like, for real. And I know some people are like, "Oh, sinners lie." Y'all, God did that. That wasn't just sinner. God was very so much there. I keep myself busy in the kitchen and the sewing machine. You know what, Scorpio mama, I need to get me a hobby, like, for real. She said Joe is a beautiful person inside out. She really is. I like her, and I think they kidnapped me and made me a part of their group. And then I know for a fact I kidnapped Jill. Hi, Miss Mimi. I know for a fact I kidnapped Jill. So SBK, bro, if you're listening to this, I kidnapped Jill. Okay, so you can say, "Oh, Vaughn, you know, we adopted y'all." I kidnapped Jill. I see people and then I be like, I like them, and I already kidnapped them before they can kidnap me. They don't even be knowing it. So just know, I kidnap people too. Um, okay, okay. She said you kidnapping folks now. Hey, Mr. One, I kidnapped you. Let's see, I kidnapped you, Miss Alice, Seta, Abril. Well, I think Abril kidnapped me first, and then I returned the favor. Okay, but I know. Let me tell y'all something. Okay, now see, I said what I said. Knows this. I definitely kidnapped her before she kidnapped me, but she didn't know it. I told her that. I was like, I saw you on Miss Alice panel a couple different times, and I said, I'm gonna make this lady my friend. Now, let me tell y'all something. I just be talking. Like, a lot of times I just be like playing, but a part of me be so serious. And I told her, like, I said to myself, I'm gonna make this lady my friend. And I made her my friend. Like, we're friends. Everybody sees that. We're friends now. And it's never gonna change. So so I don't care about, you know, people knowing that I kidnap people, because if I kidnap you, it's because there's something about you that I like, and then it turns into love, and then we live happily ever after. So, yeah. So yeah, I definitely will kidnap somebody. Hey, Javar. Hey, buddy. Okay, y'all. But yeah. So that's it. That's all. I'm actually, listen, I'm happy that I didn't start crying on this live. Cause um but I decided, yes, and I'm using the word decide. I decided, like, I don't need to be all emotional, because God is showing me that. Oh, that's what Senna said. She was like, there's like a lot of healing going on, and I'm like, yes. So all my little baby tears was like, I don't need. What am I crying for when I can be happy? You know, what am I crying for when I can be happy? All right, like I choose happiness today. What does she say? I love Alice as my older sister. She's only a few 3 years or 4 years older than my older brother. Literally, Alice. No. Oh, Janice. Well, I'm gonna say this when it comes to Miss Alice. I made Miss Alice my friend, and somebody who's older than me and has more authority over me, okay, came and made her my aunt, my mother. But so I don't know. I don't know who told her that she could do that. Because it was like she's my friend. And here's the thing, y'all. It was really just unexpected. I just look up one day and they sisters, and it was like, really, like who told y'all could do that? Did it? Oh, we older than you. You can't tell us what to do. I ain't trying to tell y'all what to do. I'm just trying to understand that if I made her my friend, how you just come in and make her like family. You ain't even ask me. Yeah, I crack myself up because I really just be talking crazy. But yes, Miss Alice is wonderful. She is. I can't wait to see her. I'm gonna hug her like really big. Yes, honey. So yeah, okay, and yes, Miss Mimi is pretty. Okay, yes, she is. But I don't want nothing, y'all. That's all I came to say. And I love our little. I really do. There are days when I come on YouTube, y'all, and it just y'all make me laugh. Y'all make me laugh, man. And I'm not gonna say it's the highlight of my day, but it definitely plays a big part. Um, Seeing everybody just, we just get along, and we, like I said, iron sharpens iron. Okay. What are your plans for Juneteenth? We outside. You know what? I don't know if I'm gonna um You know what? That's another topic for another day, Javar, because I've actually been having some revelations about a few things. With the Carmelo Anthony thing going on, and you know what? We're not gonna talk about that because I don't want to ruin the vibe right now. I really don't. But let's just say we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. And no, I am not against him at all. In fact, I think the whole situation is sad. But it's something else that I want to talk about when it comes in regards to that. That is what I want to talk. Yeah, but not today though. I trust at first sight. Me too, Scorpio mama. I need to pray about that child. I'm just too trusting. Oh my goodness. And you know what? A lot of the times I'm just, living. I'm going to get some crabs real soon, Scorpio mama. Y'all like crabs? Y'all like crabs? Brick City said LOL. No, you say you don't trust at first sight. Lord, I just read that all wrong. It took me a minute for a few of y'all. Scorpio mama. I'm gonna put that on the screen because that's the truth for me. Okay. Because once I've been traumatized. But through God's grace and mercy and healing. Okay. All right. I know that I am around good company, and no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Okay. All right. All right. I can't eat shellfish. I don't think we're really supposed to be eating it. But I ain't gonna lie, I love shrimp. Crab does something to my you know, system, but I do love shrimp and lobster. I like lobster. Y'all, I love lobster bisque. Oh, she said I am from Maryland and it's the state of crab lovers. I drove Carla to hating them almost. Yeah, I like shrimp and lobster tails. You can't eat shrimp? Well, since I'm telling y'all all my business, I've been watching Hell's Kitchen, and I actually want to learn how to make a risotto. Hey, Tracy's Positive Corner. Good morning, honey. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? I saw Miss Tina in here too. How are you, Miss Tina? And you know what, Miss Tina? I low key have kidnapped you too. I've kidnapped you too. Um, I think I really kidnapped you when Senna and Abril kidnapped you. Cause we talk. So, and Senna was telling the truth when she was like, we talk about, but we talk about you in a good way. But yeah, I kidnapped you when they no, I think no, I didn't kidnap you on my own. I ain't gonna tell that lie. It was a group effort. Y'all, I'm gonna go because I'm being silly. But I don't think there's anything wrong with liking people, that you've never met, or I don't think there's anything wrong with it. So I kind of get a kick out of this because there are good people in the world. And I've also learned that due to social media, a lot of people are embracing online relationships. They are embracing online relationships. What'd she say? Man, I eat crab so much my family fought about 77 or 8 special sauces. Scorpio mama, I never did the fried. So yeah, y'all. Okay. Kidnap you some people on the internet. Pray, of course. Always pray. 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 Pray for your friends. I can honestly say, y'all, I do I enjoy praying for my friends. I do. I don't eat shrimp. I love crop. You know what, Tracy's positive. I made some crawfish stuffed bell peppers once. I might post them. It was a long time ago though. It was like when seafood was really becoming like the trend. Do y'all remember that? When the internet, when seafood boils was like in, and I found some frozen crawfish tails at Walmart, and I literally just made the rice, and it had ground beef in it too. And I put the crawfish tails in it, y'all. And my husband loved them. In fact, I think we talked about it a couple months ago. She said, I can't afford to kidnap nobody. I might do a sauce show, mayonnaise, butter, vinegar, and mustard sauces. Ooh, that sounds good. That actually sounds bomb. I never had crawfish. I pray more for my enemies. Janice, I was actually asking the Lord the other day, how do I pray for people that I don't like other than Lord bless them? Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't really be wanting to bless nobody that I don't like. But I find myself saying that. Like it's like the very first thing that comes to mind is Lord bless the hands of my enemies. I pray that they receive the things that their heart desires, which is I don't, am I even supposed to do that? Like, you know what? I need to rewatch that video I watched on how to pray for your enemies because, but I don't know, for some reason, that's the first thing that like comes to my mind is for them to be blessed and that they're safe and loved and that they come into the love of God. I pray for their salvation. Hmm. Just pray for their healing. Pray for their healing. I start with God. I understand that there are some souls needing your guidance, and my heart needs me to be open with my request for them. I'm about to screenshot this stuff. Hold on, y'all, because I literally was asking him, I'm like, am I praying for them right? Because, I don't know what, but I will say, I don't need to know the desires of your heart, but I know that we all desire, good things to happen to us, and we desire, you know, I can honestly say one thing for sure. I know we all desire to be loved. So I will say I pray for that they come into the love of God and to know that they are loved. Because a lot of times when we're like mean and hateful, I know me for sure. A lot of my meanness comes from feeling like I'm unlovable or I'm like rejected. But I know that that's a trick of the enemy because God shows me I'm loved in many ways. I may not understand it, but he definitely shows me that I am loved and I am accepted, even though I don't always feel acceptance and love in myself. So, but yeah, I just screenshotted that. No, Javar, calamari idiot, is it? Octopus is too. Ooh, I can't eat no crop. No, I can't eat that. Just don't ask God for prayer having a hate towards your enemies. Remember that, girl. Let me screenshot that, child, because I ain't gonna lie, Janice. Okay, a lot of them prayers, I be rolling my eyes. I be like, Lord, forgive me for rolling my eyes, but I'm trying to learn how to pray for folks. If you notice, I didn't say that don't like me. I said that I don't like. I really be praying for myself because when I don't like somebody, it you can tell. Like you can tell for real. Mine too, Scorpio mama. It's like a feeling of rejection and like there's something wrong with you. But it's not true. The enemy wants us to think that there's something wrong with us because he's behind the wrong that's wrong with us. I don't think Moses prayed for Pharaoh, but he did try to give him advice. Hmm. Well, he didn't give him advice. He told him what the Lord told him. So that's not necessarily advice. It's like he warned him. Well, he tried to warn him. And he pleaded with him because he knew that if Pharaoh didn't listen to God, what would happen. So and sometimes, well, you got to remember that's back in that was in the Old Testament when I'm gonna have to read before I say what I was gonna say because I don't want to lie or give false doctrine and teaching. But I remember in Matthew, or was it John, when Jesus was saying that we have been told to love our neighbor and hate our enemies, but he told us to pray for them. So I don't even know. Okay, can y'all hear me? Because somebody started, well, I don't know who that was calling me, started calling me. I was always told, but yeah, could y'all hear what I was saying? Right, start somewhere when requesting or when advising about people. Right, pray, start somewhere when requesting or when advising about people. But what I was saying was that I know Jesus, he didn't come to change the law, but to fulfill it, right? So I remember he said that we have been told to love our neighbors and hate our enemies. But he was telling us to pray for our enemies. So, I got some reading to do, y'all. I'm so proud of Vaughn for the journey of forgiveness. Well, Janice, you know what? Y'all know my husband told me I'm not forgiving. um, and they say the people that are closest to us are the people that we hurt the most, and they also experience, well, our spouses, let me say that our spouses experience our true and raw selves. And he didn't tell me something that I didn't know. um our experience together is really what solidified that I'm not the most forgiving person. I thought I was, or I think I am, but it's not true. And I think it's funny that you say that because um I'm actually experiencing um some things where I need to forgive and let go. And I'm just gonna say this, y'all. I thank God for his I just thank God for his grace and mercy. Because if it wasn't for him, I really think, ain't no think, I know I would be lost and toe up, y'all. Like, for real. The enemy be trying to get me. And it's really his grace and mercy that keeps us alive and keeps us well. And my husband also told me that I also need to learn how to give myself grace. And I've been told that a multitude of times. The grace that I give to others, I need to learn how to, give that to myself. And I'm really learning how to do that, y'all, like in real time, in real time. And I'm not going to make it without God. So y'all pray for me. One thing that helps me is by asking God to help me see people through his eye. You know what, Miss Mimi? I actually stole that from you. I stole that from you. Mommy. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, y'all, my bad. I was answering KJ. Tell the truth and shame the enemy. Pray for those who mistreat you. Forgiveness isn't for the one other person. Forgiveness is for you. It allows you to have peace. Amen. Amen. Yes, our women are very hard on themselves. Yes, Brick City. Listen, listen. Yes. Yes. And you know what? This is the perfect opportunity to talk about, like, that whole Michelle Obama thing that's going on. Because and I don't want to just identify as a black woman. I'm not trying to idol worship my skin color. But a lot of the things that we as black women experience when we, like, can't forgive ourselves or trust ourselves, love on ourselves, give ourselves grace, is because of, how we are treated, with, like, what is it called? Patriarchy. You know, we internalize the things that men say, we internalize the things that other women say. And when we come into, like, our golden time of day of realizing that those are all tricks of the enemy to keep us bound and full of self-hate and insecurity, you know, figuring that out, achieving that, accomplishing that, or walking in that, should I say, can be difficult because we're also met with, you're too proud, or you're too masculine, or you're too vain, or you think too much of yourself. And it can be really difficult navigating, you know, who you are as a person when it's new, to you, and you're really grabbing, you know, um, your strength, you know, because there's a lot of different examples set before us, like what strength really is. And I know for me, I'm trying to find my strength in God and not in the world. And it's a challenge. It's a challenge. You know, they tear us down for being smart. They tear us down for being, beautiful. They tear us down for being not so perfect. Like, it's like, my God. But you really, what I'm learning is that you really have to know who you are, and be okay and with not trying to please everybody else, and not just like pleasing yourself, but pleasing God. Like, that's what I've learned, for real. Me too. What you say, Scorpio mama? Mimi, I'm proud of you for not letting ghetto get to you. Who is the ghetto? I'm hollering. Who is the ghetto? Ah. The tongue and mind can save you or hurt you. Know your faith and love. That's a good one, Janice. I'm gonna put that on the screen. Y'all in here preaching today. Okay? Y'all preaching. All right. But I'm gonna go now. Senna, thank you. Thank you, sister, for going live. I appreciate you so much. I love you. And keep up the good work in you. I see it. I love it. I'm proud of it. And I'm gonna keep praying for y'all. You too, Tracy. T Racy, I'm sorry. T Racy, have a blessed and beautiful day, everyone. Everybody, I hope everybody has a great day. Miss Alice, if you still in here, I love you. I hope you have a great day. Janice, I hope you have a great day. Miss Mimi, I hope you have a great day. Scorpio Mama, Brick City. Um, who else? Miss Tina, Miss Tawana, aka Foster Mom. Who else was in here, y'all? Yeah, I hope all y'all have a great Javar, buddy. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I love y'all. And remember, iron sharpens iron. So even when, you are going through something, God may use you to sharpen other people, because we're all iron. Okay. All right. And Senna, thank you for your testimony today. And you are a beautiful person inside and out. And may the Lord continue to bless you and use you and your words to edify the hearers. Yo, y'all, that's like my favorite scripture now. I've been like saying that like a whole lot. Let your words edify the hearers. Okay. Love you too, little sis. Love you too, Javar. Okay. Now, I love y'all. And make sure y'all hit the like button. If you hit the replay, hit the like button. Make sure y'all watch Mrs. Alice's replays, all her playlists for the months that have passed, the ones that come up, because we're trying to get her monetized. And shout out to Senna for constantly reminding us of that, and Shanice, who are her wonderful moderators. So, yeah, I love y'all, and bye.